Hello and welcome back to your daily basketball recap. My name is Levi Jacob and we are going to jump right into it. It's just me today, just a solo pod. We're going to go through a couple of quick hit stories here. So, LaMelo Ball has officially been traded from the Charlotte Hornets to the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have finally once again found the correct pairing for Anthony Edwards, or have they? We shall see. But going the other way is Nas Reed. Interesting that they traded Nas Reed after just trading Julius Randle, because I feel like he was going to step into that starting spot, and now he is no longer going to do that, obviously, for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They received a 2033 unprotected first-round pick, 3 first-round pick swaps, 28, 29, and 30, and 3 second-round picks. So all in all, it's a pretty funky trade for both sides. I think also Nas Reed, Josh Green, by the way, also is going to Minnesota as part of this trade. I think Nas Reed on the Hornets sounds interesting. I do wonder who's going to be the primary ball handler for the Hornets. I know they did a lot of the Charles Lee style of sharing the basketball last year, and they likely did it again. They have a lot of point people, right? Brandon Miller last year, if you remember, also Con Knipple, obviously. But it's an interesting trade. It's a very, very interesting trade, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm also really excited that Anthony Edwards finally gets, a real point guard next to him, a fighter. I hope LaMelo's health stays intact. Nas Reed, though, is going to be beloved by the Charlotte Hornets fans because he's awesome. I like Nas Reed. I like LaMelo. I think every single player in this trade, to me, is a good player. Is it the best situation for each player? I don't know. It's a little bit bizarre. I think this does mean, though, that Miles Bridges is definitely on the outs for the Hornets if they can help it. Next piece of news, Al Horford is declining his player option from the Golden State Warriors. However, he is resigning for a $14 million 2-year deal to stay longer with the Warriors. So that's, a nice little piece there. Yesterday, we found out that Isaiah Stewart is no longer going to be with the Pistons. He was traded for 3 future second-round picks to the Grizzlies. I'm not a big second-round pick guy. We're going to get into that in a second, but it's not a really high price to me for Isaiah Stewart, who was a very good piece of this Pistons team, aside from the playoffs. Obviously kind of disappeared in the playoffs. It's like kind of 2 years in a row, so it doesn't surprise me that they moved on from him, but I just feel like their grit and their tenacity, especially his 3-point shooting and his shot blocking for 3 second-round picks, weird. It's a weird one. He fits, I feel like, the grit and grind mentality of Memphis, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with this Memphis Grizzlies team, because as mentioned, he's gonna mentor basically Cam Boozer. Maybe it'll help with the physicality. Yeah, I'm excited for them. I'm excited. I'm sad for the Pistons. I think that this was it wouldn't have been my choice. Austin Reeves is returning to the Los Angeles Lakers. We found out yesterday for a 4-year, $185 million contract. Nice, good. He deserves it. He should be returning to the Lakers. They should pay him that money. This is the highest. This is the richest contract for a undrafted NBA player in history. Very nice. He really earned it. Playing in that Thunder series, I felt when you watched it, you could feel the gravity that he gives to this Lakers team, and it is needed when Luka is also back to be able to win games and move farther in the playoffs. So very nice. I think that was a big deal, but everybody knew it was coming. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone knew it was coming because he's deserving, and people like him in LA. Very quickly now as well, we're going to go through the second round of the NBA draft that was last night, and detail a few people that I think might make impacts within the first few years of them being on the team, if not play this year. Just worthwhile to know, but if they also don't end up being anything, it's the second round of the NBA draft. Most players who are in the second round of the NBA draft don't end up really being anything in the league, so it'll be interesting. Okay, so start off with Richie Saunders at 32 for the Memphis Grizzlies was, in my opinion, a really, really excellent pick. He's just like, he's a guy that should have been going to the Celtics, kind of like a Baylor Shireman, a guy who's going to play important minutes, plays well, 25, so he's an old rookie, but he also tore his ACL while in college, and he's come back, and he has a very good all-around game, and I think that with the Grizzlies, especially, they have a distributor there, and Cam Boozer helps provide spacing. I like the fit. He played next to AJ Debinsa, and he was good next to AJ Debinsa. So I think that this is a very worthwhile pick for the Grizzlies, and it'll end up being really nice for them. I wish that the Thunder picked him. Number 33. Speaking of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Isaiah Evans played for Duke this year, sophomore wing. He's a really, really good 3-and-D guy, and I like him a lot. And again, wish the Thunder were able to do something with pick him, because he's a really nice wing, and really just showed kind of his expert 3-point shooting and ability to really lock it on defense to me. Playmake a little bit as well. I think that he's going to be an excellent fit for this Timberwolves team, and he just adds size at 6'6". Very nice pickup. For the Heat, Ryan Conwell, senior, obviously coming out of this year, he averaged 18.8 points, knockdown shooter. He is 6'2", but really, the Miami Heat kind of find a way to always do this, and they need a point guard. Davion Mitchell is very good defensively, but they need somebody who's more regularly able to provide 3-point shooting for them, especially now with majority of their bench emptied out. So it's a nice pick for them. He probably will play this year just because of the Heat's predicament that they're in now that they have Giannis on the team. At 41, the Oklahoma City Thunder picked Otega Owe. His brother's in the NFL. He's a very nice wing. He's 6'4", but very nice wing. He kind of has a little bit of Lou Dort to his game, but he's a better 3-point shooter. He shot 38% in college. I think that will continue, honestly. Again, senior, but really a defensive presence and very athletic and able to make his way up and down the court. Helps with their, financial versatility. And I just like him. He played for Kentucky last season and he looked great. And this was a great pick for them. The Knicks picked Tyler Nickel. I'm not interested in his play. I am interested in the fact that he is basically just another Tyler Kolek, and I'm a little bit worried to see what they will be like together on that bench. And the comments that we'll get from both of them, like, it's going to be so bizarre to see. But who knows? Who knows what the indication will be for this Knicks team. Next at 52, the Atlanta Hawks drafted Henry Visar. Pretty shocking that he ended up being pick 52 in this draft. But just a 6'11" big who kind of knows how to play basketball pretty well all around. He's a good shooter. He can defend some. He's a little bit, he's not the fastest, but he has good height. And some people are projecting him to go in the first round. So this is a little bit surprising they ended up at 52. But I like him for the Hawks. Anything that can provide to their team spacing and pace right now, I like to see, because this is what the Hawks do. This is exactly what their game plan is. And that brings us to the end of today's show. That was your daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to remind everybody to keep it locked here because we're still waiting on some pending, pretty exciting news. There's a lot of trades up in the air potentially. And we're looking forward. And I will keep you filled in until then. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.